aren't going to be extremely effective. He just, I don't know if he scanned or what. Let's see if he knows about the Spire or if he just knows every Zerg gets Mutalisks. Yep, he knew. Clicked it and made a Thor. So, took out an expansion. Scouted mid-game. Not bad. Not bad stuff from Terran. But, judging from... I'm sorry, I'm just eating grape nuts. Judging from his bunker rush, the way his bunker rush happened, and then that push, this guy's hole in his game is micro. And if you have a problem like him, like if your games look a lot like this guy's, Greg, you're like, man, yeah, I do these things right. I get good pressure. I got a nice unit composition. I get counters before they can even get their stuff out. I'm good, but I can't micro for shit. Forget everything else about your game until you get good at micro. That's today's lesson I didn't even know about till I started talking about it. But yeah, just focus on one hole in your game and work on it, and then focus on the next one. For example, the hole I'm going to work on starting tomorrow, Monday, is mid-game scouting. Because I will fend off a Zerg attack, be alright with my scouting, but then like in the mid to late game, I'll kind of stop scouting his stuff, and I'll expect a bunch of Mutalisks, and I'll get like 150 food of Zerglings and just instantly lose. So, and I didn't even see it coming, so gotta work on that. These Mutas are not going to take out these tanks, not with three big old Thors there. Thors are really good against Mutalisks, I don't know. And Greg has a regular edition Thor. Greg couldn't quite afford the Collector's Edition. He just shits on his opponents instead. So I don't know how like awful or gross it sounds for me to be eating grape nuts during the cast, but I think it's funny, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Nice fungal growth. Nice fungal growth. And the users are gonna come in. They're really clumped up. Zerglings with a nice surround. And nice little Zergling Infester play. And that push is, well, I'm sure you know that push was stymied pretty nicely. Taking a look at the units, only 22 workers for Zerg. That is definitely less than ideal. But, still managed to take out that push really nicely with his superior tech. And that's cool. This has been an interesting game, actually. I mean, it's kind of boring, but it's also kind of cool. Because I think you can see exampled here how dangerous Zerg can be when left alone at all. After the bunker rush, he pretty much got left alone to tech. And he could have teched or expanded, and either way he would be equally dangerous. And I think that's the key versus Zerg for Protoss, Zerg, or Terran. For all three races, the key versus a Zerg opponent is to never let them sit. Never let them power drones. It's just so costly to let them make a lot of drones. And check out this fort. Ain't no banglings getting in here. And, I don't know. I don't recommend it. I mean, he's just a huge turtling homo. And when you play Terran like this, you let Zerg drone. And when you let Zerg drone, Zerg will win, especially now that he's tier 3. Dude hasn't... Oh, he got the Infestor and didn't get a hive. Well, okay. Still, he's tier 2 and almost 3, since he has the Infestor pet. And, Zerg victory tastes worse than grape nuts. You don't ever want the Zerg to beat you. Because it's sad, It's very, very sad. No one likes it. And, saying "and" a lot today. I wonder how many times I said grape nuts this cast. Probably a lot. And you know what? After the milk soaks in them, they aren't that bad. It's when you eat them kind of dry and crunchy before the milk can really soak in that they're really gross. Maybe I'm just getting used to it. I'm really coming around on grape nuts, guys. You guys should all buy grape nuts. And visit www.postcereal.com. They're not even paying me or anything. And this is terrible. Like, look at... I mean, what happens? What happens here when, like, he needs to take his third? This is what happens. He's got to stick an expansion out here at the gold or float to the island. I mean, you can't transfer workers there. It's way out from your stuff. It's basically a hidden expansion. And it's all because of this giant blood clot in the Terran map vein. And looks like he's going to check it out. Unfortunately, he just missed that command center by a hair. Said that as 10 seconds earlier, he would have instantly killed that. And that's exactly why you don't want your base to look like this, your choke to look like this. I mean, walling off is okay, but like, imagine if he had established his I'm gonna pause it. Imagine if he had, instead of like clogging up right here, not even killing these rocks, like clogging up right here, instead of, he would, like just built his tank wall with a planetary fortress right here. Now, instead of giving yourself access to here and here alone, with a wall here blocking this ramp and this ramp, suddenly you have access to your main, you have access to your natural, you have access to this, and you have access to this Zelnaga watchtower, which is extremely cool, because then you can safely fortify this ramp and get the gold expansion. And then you'll be one of those badass 5-basing Terrans that you've seen so much about, heard so much about in Time Magazine and Newsweek. So yeah, always think about your turtling, I guess. Turtle better, is what I'm trying to say. Get a big clump of tanks here. Again, really bad. Really bad. Like, who is this guy? What league is this in? So this guy knows the Zerg has infestors. He knows he has mutalisks, which do bounce. But look at these tanks. They're literally hugging each other. Imagine this tank here, 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 and here. And it's not that hard to micro. Thor, tank, and then Marines running around. That is fungal growth proof. Well, the tank part. That is mutabounce proof. Really need to think about these things, because look at that. Boom. He could have done the same things to the tanks. And if these mutas fly in, the tanks are all going to take damage. And there's the no medevacs here, and yeah, pretty pro stuff from Terran going on. Losing every Marine he has. And then this stuff is just gonna. Oh yeah, that's a lot of mutas. That's gonna take that out. Now that the Marines are dead, no problem. I'm not even gonna commentate. I'm just gonna eat grape nuts. How many more fucking grape nuts are there in this bowl? Go flying in. Ooh, catches the tanks on siege. He needs to run his stuff in here. Come on, bro. You don't want just. Yeah, man. I mean, he's still going to win this fight pretty handily because Terran's awful. But if you're going to fly in with mutas, bring your other shit too. He did not need to lose as many mutas as he did. And then the tanks got resieged and lost a bunch of Zerglings and stuff too. So his army could be a lot bigger right now. Luckily for him, doesn't matter. There's the instant leave from Greg. Greg the shitty Terran. Don't be like Greg the shitty Terran. Don't cheese on the ladder, because it doesn't make you a better player. Don't bad manner people, because karma's a bitch. Don't clog up your ramp and completely remove any semblance of mobility you've ever had. And if you're going to push smartly, and position your units smartly. Avoid AoEs as best you can. Those are today's lessons, and yeah. I think I had some stuff to say, like announcements, I guess, or whatever, but we'll get to them next time, no biggie. Hope you guys enjoyed the Grape Nuts game. I'm going to drink some milk. I drank the milk and I saw like 1,000 more grape nuts at the bottom. Well, I'm going to finish this bowl while you guys move on with your lives. It's been SaharaDrac, sclegacy.com. Have a good one.